Good morning. Good morning, everyone. No, Wendy, we are leaving I went kayaking as well today. No, we're leaving the abs and legs and arm stuff for tomorrow because I never do that with the Saturday class. So we will be doing power flow, which is nice. It's the same. We're going to add a little bit, do the same as what we've done previously this week, a few same stuff. That's why I'm so far away today, because I need to have my head in when we stand up. I can actually test that now before we wait for Minion. My head is in! Yay! Can you see me? Can you see me? Okay, so enough about that. That was fun. So we're going to start in child's pose. And push your bum down onto your heels and just hold it there like we've been doing for this week. Good morning, everyone. Anna, if you're there. Julian, Julia, Wendy, Tanya. Hello, hello, hello. And anyone else that I've missed? Mark. Of course, Mark. Just push. So just wait there until your bum connects with your feet. And then as soon as it connects, it does, if you're far away, it does end up migrating down if you just hold that. And as soon as that connects, you can walk your hands forward a little bit. Obviously, Minion didn't listen at all, so he's already in child's pose.
We listened to the first instruction.
You didn't.
Which said child's pose.
Minion's got off today, so he's in a good mood. Oh, still not in a good mood.
I'm just joking.
And walk it down. Wiggle it from side to side and stretch it out onto your hands and knees. And push into a cat stretch. And reverse into a cow. And then back to a neutral spine. And again, just because I have sore feet, you all have to do this with me. So tuck your toes under so that the balls of your feet goes down to the floor and just push back to stretch that out a little bit. I walked bare feet on the promenade yesterday because my children separately had to go pee. So they didn't go together and I didn't have shoes on. So my feet is, it looks like a grater underneath. And tuck the toes back on your hands and knees. Make sure you've got a neutral spine, navel to spine tucked in. So just be very aware of that. You're working against gravity when you're in this position. So you need to just make sure that navel to spine tuck stays there. And then we're just going to pick up our right leg, take it back. Try not to dip as you take it back. So keep it straight, lift it up, flex the feet. Hold that, hold the line. And we're going to bend that knee in and lift up the knee without arching your back. So try not to go for massive height like that. It's not a big extension. It's just a bum squeeze, really. Straighten it out. Squeeze that bum. And bring that knee in, but don't put it on the floor yet. So it's still hovering above the mat. And we're going to take it to the side, so be the dog pose without dipping to the other side. So you really have to keep this in to hold your balance. So take it out as high as you can and bring it in. And take it out and bring it in. And again, bring it in. One more time. Bring it in. Push it back to the back again. Flex the foot. So we're going to do an added extra thing. So you're going to have that lift at the back. You're going to bring the knee in, not put it down, take it out. And then keep the leg straight. Bring it back to the middle. Kick out the leg to the back. Flex the foot. Lift the knee up. Bring it back to the middle. Bend the knee. Take it out to the side. Kick that leg straight. Bring the knee back. Rotate back to the middle. Behind you, flex the foot, lift it up. If my hands are sore today, just take your feet down. Go onto your fists if your wrist is sore today. Okay, let's go again. Lift up that leg. Bring it into the middle. Be the dog. Pose. Kick it out. Bring it back. Rotate back. Put the knee down. Go back into child's pose. I hate those. I hate these leg kicks.
I wonder what Grell's thinking.
He's like, you're doing my dance.
Finally, I taught them.
Onto your hands and knees again. And now we're going to take the left leg back, flex the foot in a straight line. Bend that knee in. Lift that knee up without arching your back. So that navel to spine feeling is there. Got a lot of control. Straighten it out again. Flex the foot. And we're going to bring the knee in. And then we're going to keep that knee hovering and just do leg side lifts with that bent leg. Control the abs. That's keeping you straight. Even though you pivot a little bit, you should feel that working quite hard, holding you in position. And out. And back. And back. Kick it out straight. Flex the foot. Squeeze the bum. Bring the knee in. Take it out to the side. Then straighten it out. Bring it back. Pivot the knee back to the middle. Behind you, straighten out. Flex the foot. Hold. Squeeze that bum. Bring it in. Keep the knee bent, lift up. Straighten out. Bring it back to the middle. Straight back. Leg straight. Squeeze that bum. In. Bend the knee, lift up. Kick it out. Back to the middle. And child's pose. I think we'll have to spend a little bit more time on that later on in the week, because that's my weakness. I struggle with that. Okay. Are you ready for your flow? So it's just the sun salutation flow, but I'm going to add loads of stuff to it so that we keep it interesting. And by the end of it, so that's a bit of a repeat, but by the end of it, you're going to be nice and sweaty and tired and ready for the day. So from child's pose, onto your hands and knees, tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. And just take your time to stretch it out and walk it out. And just find that calf stretch. Press the weight into your fingertips. Keep your back straight, tummy tucked in. And just stretch. Just put a different stretch on my foot. Okay, lift up onto your toes, rock forward a little bit, and keep the navel to spine, drop back, drop your heels and hold. Now from there, you're going to bend your knees in, but keep your heels pushed down. Push your bum back a little bit. It's a different kind of stretch. And rock it forwards to plank. Hold plank. So we're going to rock it forwards and back over our toes. 1, 2, and 3. And then when you get to the front, you're going to go down halfway, tuck your toes under into upward facing dog. Tuck your toes back into downward facing dog. Downward facing. Lift up your left leg, tuck it into your chest, bring it to the front of the mat. Keep your back knee lifted, lift up into high lunge. Find your balance. Back leg strong. Front knee bend. You're going to let the left arm go forward, right arm go back into that twist. And then we're going to windmill the arms into a side angle pose without putting the back foot down. Lift it back up into that twist. And take the arms up into a high lunge. Hands to the mat, step it into the front of the mat. Keep the legs bent and sweep the floor into chair pose. Just rock forward a little bit to stretch out your calves, keep your bum, everything active. We're going to sweep the floor again and come back to a chair pose. Straighten out. In a straight line, hands up, look up to the sky, hands into your chest. Take a nice deep breath in again, tabletop. Hold that tabletop, make sure your back is straight. From tabletop, bend your knees in, take your hands to the floor, step back on your left leg, into a high lunge. Find your balance. And we're going to open up, right arm forward, left arm back. Knees, just make sure your knee doesn't bob in when you do that. And go into that side angle pose, so a little bit of a windmill. You don't have to go low, you can hold that on your knee. Have it back to right arm forward, left arm back, all the way back to high lunge. Hands to the mat, step it into the front of the mat. Knees bend, sweep the floor, lift into chair pose. Shoulders back. Push your feet, knees over your feet. Go onto your toes. Hold that chair pose. We're going to go all the way down. Sweep the floor, stay on our toes, find your balance. Sweep the floor, lift up into toe chair. Put the heels down. Normal chair, straighten out. Hands together, hands into your chest. We're going very fast. All the way up again. And tabletop. Hold that tabletop, tummy in. You're going to sweep the arms back. Hold that tabletop position. Sweep it forward. Navel to spine, hold that position. And sweep it back. Sweep it forward. Tuck that tummy way in when you go forward. Sweep it back. Last time, sweep it forward. Sweep it back. Just put your hands on your knees or wherever it's comfortable. Keep that navel to spine. Hold that stretch. Bend your knees in a little bit. Roll it down all the way to the floor. Once you're down and you're comfortable, you can try and straighten out your legs a little bit more in that forward bend. Hands to the mat, step back to downward dog. So we're going to do this one fast. We're going to go into plank. And we're just going to bring the knees into the chest, but one at a time. So right knee in, put it back, left knee in, put it back. So nice and fast. Find your plank. Let's go. In, 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 back to plank, knees down, and up into your cobra. Shrug the shoulders back. Go a little bit lower so that you don't have that pressure on your lower back. Back to child's pose. Stretch it out. Onto your hands and knees. Tuck your toes under. Downward facing dog. Stretch your calves. You're going to lift up the left leg again, tuck it into our chest, bring it to the front of the mat. And we're going to put the back foot down so that we can windmill the arms into warrior two. Okay, so this is a repeat of what we've done. So the next two sequences is a repeat of what we've done this week. So you know this. We're going to put our hands over our shoulders, over our chest, cross our arms over. We're going to pivot forward. We're going to sweep the floor and then take the right arm back. into warrior two. We're going to go forward and pivot back into dancing warrior. Back to warrior two. We're just doing it fast today, faster. Hands onto your shoulders. Pivot to the front. Keep that back bum tucked in. Sweep the floor. And windmill your arms open into warrior two. Push it forward and back into dancing warrior. Back to warrior two. One more time. We're doing threes. Hands on your shoulders. Pivot forward. Make sure your knees are okay. Sweep the floor and rotate back to warrior two. Dip it forward, go back into dancing warrior, bend that front knee in. And we're going to windmill the arms all the way back to the mat. Step it back to downward dog. Forwards to plank. And we're doing the leg walk again. So tuck it in, push it back, stand plank in, back, in, back. Enjoy that. Back to plank. Knees down, slide into your cobra. Go into swings if your back is sore, or just cobra. Back to child's pose. I'm just going to turn around for this. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Onto your hands and knees. What?
Now I don't know what happened.
Tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. Lift up your right leg. Tuck it into your chest, bring it to the front of the mat. Put the back foot down and windmill your arms up. Into warrior two. Again, make sure.
No, sure.
Warrior two. Okay. Are you ready? Hands on your shoulders. Turn towards your knee, don't let the knee bob in. Sweep the floor.
It's raining.
Ah, it's raining. Back to warrior two. Pivot forward and then go all the way back into dancing warrior. Bend that front knee in. Back to warrior two. Hands on your shoulders, shoulders back. Turn towards your knee. Sweep the floor. Open up. Back to warrior two. Shrug it forward, go all the way back into dancing warrior. Back to warrior two one more time. Hands on your chest, shoulders. Pivot. Keep that back hip strong. Keep that bum tucked in. Sweep the floor. Pivot back to warrior two. Go forward and then shrug it back to dancing warrior. We're going to windmill the arms all the way to the front of the mat. Step it back to downward dog. And one last time with our little plank walk. So forwards to plank. You can do this nice and fast. Just shrug the knees in. And back to plank. Knees down. Slide into your cobra. Back to downward facing dog. And walk it out. And just walk it in a foot's distance. Push back into a shorter downward dog. And walk it into the front of the mat. Knees slightly bent, fold over your knees. Roll it up all the way to the top. Shrug the shoulders back. Take a nice deep breath in. Hands into your chest. The next one is the balancing, standing balance one we did yesterday. So more or less the same sequence, more or less, probably the same sequence. I don't know, I can't remember it. But definitely balance for the ankles. And then we'll have one last flow. And then we're done. So to the front of your mat, just make sure you're nice and balanced. Shrug the shoulders back, hands into your hips, go into your chair pose. Adjust the chair with your hands. Shrug your knees forward a little bit. Just hold that. And you're going to lift up the right foot. Try and hold that balance. Oh, I'm so falling. Lift it up all the way to the top. Straighten out the standing leg and bring the other knee to the top. If you can, straighten out that leg. See if you can do that without falling. Bring it back in. And go down, standing squat again. And then put your hands down on the mat. Straighten out that back leg into that standing one-legged warrior three. If you can, we're going to lift up the right arm. What? And bring it back. Oh, he just fell off the stairs. I think he's okay. Bend the knee in. Don't put the foot down. And take it straight back out. Once you're out, pivot up. You can put the hand on the hip, that's easier to hold. Open up that shoulder. And bend it back in, hands down. And one more time, straighten out. You can put the hand on your hip, open it up, bring it back, bend the knees in, put the foot down, go into chair pose. And sweep the floor, lift it up into chair. Straighten out. You can have your hands where you want and pivot, lifting up the same leg, so right leg into a warrior three. Bring it back. Oh, my warrior three looks horrible. Knee to the front. Hands into your chest. Feet to the floor, sweep the floor, step it back to downward dog. We're going to lift up the right leg and just hold that stretch. And take that foot back to the floor. Lift up the left leg. Hold that stretch. And take it back to the floor. Forwards to plank. And we're going to rock forwards and back again in that plank. And then when you get to the front, halfway down, tuck your toes under, upward facing dog. Keep the thighs lifted, tuck the toes back, downward facing dog. Walk it out, and slowly walk it in to bent legs at the front of the mat. Fold over your legs and roll it up all the way to the top. Shrug the shoulders back. Now find your balance again. Hands on your hips, chair pose. And we're going to lift up the left leg and see if we can hold that squat. Nope. Straighten it out, bring that knee to the front. Now, if you can, see if you can straighten out that leg. Bring it back. And we're going to pivot, bend down, pivot back, hands to the mat, send that leg out to the back. So that forward lean, one-legged stand position. Okay, so we're going to do the sequence again. You're going to try and open up the left shoulder without falling. Pivot back, put your hands back on the mat and bring that knee in without putting it down. Send it back out again. Try to pivot that shoulder into, it's called half moon if you do it properly. Pivot back, hands on the mat, bend that knee in. Knees touching but foot not going down. And again, straighten out. Try and pivot back to the mat, bend that the knee in, feet on the floor, and roll it up all the way to the top. Shrug the shoulders back, keep the same leg so the right leg stays on the floor, and you're going to pivot into a warrior 3. Bring it back. I'm falling. And feet together. Take a nice deep breath in. Chair pose, sweep the floor. Step back to downward facing dog. Stretch it out. Lift up your left leg and give it a stretch. Hold. Bring it back. Other leg, give it a stretch, hold. And bring it back. Forwards to plank. Tuck your tailbone in, rock it forwards and back. And when you get to the front again, halfway down, tuck your toes under, down, upward facing dog. And this time you can put your knees down and go back into a child's pose. Push your bum down, wiggle it down if you can. And child's pose. Woo! I'm so sweaty. I don't know if it's the humidity or the flow. That was fast. And then sit yourself down onto your bottom. I'm not going to do an extra flow. I think we ran out of time. So we're just going to do a quick stretch. Take one leg out and bring the other one in. Nice and close. Sit up nice and high and just look towards the leg that's out. Flex that foot if you can. Keep your body straight. And we're just going to run down that leg. Only go to where you can. And give it a little stretch into your back, into your hamstring. You don't feel your hamstring that much when the one leg is bent in. And just hold that. Is he okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Where did he hurt himself?
Out his back, but it's all right. It's fine. Sorry.
Shine, please. And lift it up nice and slow to the top. Pivot towards that V shape you've got with your legs and just walk over that a little bit. Oh my soul, it's raining. And lift it up to the top. So bend leg, take that over the straight leg. That foot on the floor, and you're going to just grab around that leg and pull yourself into a twist. You can just keep your back straight when you do that. You can go around this way and put your arms there, but this tends to be a little bit aggressive. So if you can just grab that leg and pull yourself into that twist. Rains a lot. It's a lot raining. I don't have to wet the trees of the estate today then. And pivot back. Switch sides. So bring the other leg out. And then just roll over that leg. Find that stretch wherever you feel it. And it's so funny because this hamstring has been tied for a day after my jog. Because this is my sore leg, so I must have compensated. And I do feel this quite a bit. Keep that foot flexed. And just hold that. Keep the navel to spine, keep that back straight. You don't have to have it super straight, but try not to do this. Just look towards your toes, that helps. Hello, Corey. Hello, Corey. Roll it back up, and then go towards that V that your leg has created, and just roll into that a little bit. Keep that back straightish. and roll it back up. Now take that bent leg, put it over the leg, the straight leg, and then grab around that leg and just pull yourself into a twist to the opposite side, so towards the side of what the leg is over. So you're not looking this way where your straight leg is, you're looking the other way. Keep your back straight, keep your navel to spine, hold that twist. And rotate back to the middle. Bring your legs in, cross your legs, take a nice deep breath in, and you are done for today. Have a lovely, apparent rainy day, which I thought was going to be a nice day. I will see you all tomorrow. Tomorrow's abs and bum. Because we never do that in a Saturday class. I think Saturday has been coming off because there's some people that only come in on a Saturday, and I think they've been off the hook for quite a while. So we'll torture them tomorrow. Yeah, we're used to it. Have a lovely day. That was very fast. I hope you kept up. See you all tomorrow. Bye.